Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Oh my god, it feels like forever, but I'll explain. Y'all just bear with me. If you're new, thank you for stopping by. My name is Nelso. I'm a Nigerian YouTuber based in the United States of America, and if you are old OG, I have missed all of you. Each and every one of you, I have missed your comments, your interactions, and I am glad to be back. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about why I chose the Army Reserves as opposed to the Active Duty Army or National Guard. In case you don't know, and this is your first time here, I'm a United States soldier and I've been in the military for about 3 years now. I enlisted in 2018, so I would say it will be 3 years in a few days. So I feel like I have enough knowledge to tell you the difference between active duty and reserves more than National Guard, even though I'm going to throw in some differences with National Guard. And I was active duty for like almost 2 years during my training, so I kind of know a little bit of everything to tell you and to explain to you why I chose reserves instead. First of all, I'd like to say that the reserves is like a part-time of the active duty. So as an active duty soldier, you would work 9 to 5, Monday to Friday, depending on your command. But for the medical side, because I'm a military nurse, it's different for us because you work by shifts. Some weekends you're working, some weekdays you're working. It's just all over the place. Sometimes you have to work nights. If you're in the medical field, you understand what I mean. The number one reason is that I was scared. Literally, I was so scared. The first thing that comes to your mind with military is war, being deployed, dying, all of that. So I was very, very scared, and all I could think of was doing the part-time side of the army. I did not want to always be a soldier 24/7, like all my life being in the soldier. So I was so scared. I thought being a soldier every day was going to mean, oh, you're always fighting war. Oh, you're always being deployed. You're doing a lot of serious stuff. So I was really, really scared. That was my first reason. The second reason was that I wasn't sure. Like, I wasn't sure what I wanted. I wasn't sure if the military was for me. Imagine signing a 6-year contract and just being military all day, every day for 6 years, and then I didn't like it. I knew I got bored easily, so I was like, let me do the part-time side first before I go into the full-time, or I can switch whenever I want. And that's another reason. It's very easy to switch from reserves to active, but it's very hard to go from active to reserves or National Guard. It's also very hard to go from National Guard to reserves or to active. So switching from National Guard to reserves or active is like switching to a different branch of the military entirely, because the National Guard is usually seen as a different branch of the military because they're governed and owned by the state. So National Guard for Georgia state is different from National Guard for California state, even though they have almost similar, they have the same rules governing them and everything, but they are just a different entity altogether. So I just wasn't sure. I did not want to go active and then I wouldn't like it, and then I didn't want to go active and I'm not able to go reserve. So I just wanted to come reserves and see how everything works and then decide if I wanted to go active or reserve. Another reason why I went reserves was because of school, right? Being that I'm a part-time soldier, that is, I work one weekend in a month. Like if there are 4 weekends, I will work just one weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I have the rest of the month to do whatever I want to do. I can go to school, as opposed to being a soldier 9 to 5 and then trying to do part-time school or trying to do school online. So as a normal active duty soldier, if it would take somebody else 4 years to go to school, it would probably take you 6, 7, 8 years to finish a 4 years course, because you're a full-time soldier and every other thing has to fit into your soldier schedule. But I wanted my school to be like my main schedule, and every other thing would fit into my school schedule. So that was why I actually went reserves. And that's like the biggest reason, because I knew my parents were not even going to let me stop school just to become a soldier. And that was another reason why I went reserves, because my parents, I could not start explaining to them that, oh, your dearly beloved child is becoming a soldier for all through her life. That's her new career. Becoming a soldier at school was going to take a backseat. I knew it was going to be very difficult convincing my parents to just be a full-time soldier. So I was like, you know what? Let's do Army Reserves. That way I can go to school and still be a soldier. And my parents are happy. I'm happy. It's a win-win for everybody. Another thing is stability, traveling. I do not like traveling. I do not like traveling. As weird as that may sound, you say, what kind of soldier does not like traveling? I have traveled the most being a soldier, but I do not like traveling. If I don't have to, I would not travel. So I did not want to always have to travel, always be deployed, always be like stationed at different places. I wanted some type of stability. I wanted a place that I could say, okay, I'm from so and so. This is home for me. Regardless, this is home, you know. Being in active duty, you could not say this is home. Home was wherever you were stationed at the time. So if you're stationed at Germany, that's home for like a year or two, at most 3 years. If you're stationed at Italy, that's home at that time, and you're just stationed all over the place. I don't like traveling. Even if I get deployed as a reserve soldier, if I get deployed to Afghanistan, I'm going to come back home to Georgia. So as a reserve soldier, right now, home is Georgia for me. But as an active duty soldier, if you're stationed at Korea, that's home for that period of time. Then you're stationed at Germany, that's home. And then Italy, and then you come back to the United States, and then you're going to Virginia, California, Georgia, Texas. You really do not have a home, and you're always just moving and moving and moving. I like stability. I like to have a routine. And then I knew that if I go reserves and I wanted to switch, like I said, I could always switch. So I kept keeping my options open, meant going reserves. I also wanted to have a life outside the military, because if you're in the military is your life. If you're active duty, it's your life. Even though you're still a soldier 247, reserves or active duty, but you're more confined, and you're just, everything about you is the army. You will live in the barracks, you eat barracks food, all of that. So I wanted to have my own life outside of the military and just be me, do whatever I wanted, do something outside of the military. And now I go to school, I have my job outside the military, and I am still a soldier. If I want to start a business outside the military, I can. Whatever I want to do, I can. Like I said, I work just 1 weekend in a month and 2 weeks in the summer. So that's a lot of time for me to have my own life outside of the military. Having my own life meant that I had more freedom. Active duty soldier, you cannot just go and visit somebody and just stay there for like 3 weeks. You have to come to work every day, except you take leave and all of that. It's not like the civilian side. You don't have that much freedom. So when I was active duty, if you wanted to travel, you had to take leave, you had to put paperwork, you had to tell them where you were going, what you were going for, and you have to even earn those leave days. Now as a civilian, as much as I have to earn leave days to be able to travel and all that with school, I don't have to explain to the military why I'm doing all of this. So I can do that out of the military. Also having my life out of the military, it gives me a lot more freedom, it gives me a lot more independence, and it also helps me plan my life. I have seen that a lot of active duty soldiers, you get money for food, you get money for housing, you're housed. If you're not married, you're housed, you live in the barracks, you're giving clothing. You really don't do anything outside the military, so you don't know how life is outside of the military. You've never applied for a job before, you've never had to get a house before. Some people don't even get houses, they just take the pay the military give them, stay in the barracks. If they're not married, you've not gotten a house before, you really don't know all of this other stuff outside of the military. I always wanted to be my own self, be independent. I love being independent, so I was like, nah, I'm not going to let these people tie me down, you know. I'm not going to let them tie me down. I'm going to have my own life outside of the military. And then there are a lot of benefits for not being active. You get the benefits from the military and go to school. Actually get these benefits and use them, and not just get these benefits and you're not able to use them. I also knew that I wanted to become an officer, and it's easier to become an officer being in the reserves. Now I'm in ROTC, which is a reserves officer training corps, where I'm basically going to school and being trained to be an officer while still being in the military. I did not want to be enlisted for a long time, and I always wanted to work towards being an officer. Being active duty, you can also apply for green to gold and all of that stuff, but I just knew that that was not for me. So I knew going reserves was just the best thing that I knew that I wanted to do, and that's why I chose being reserves. If you watch this video up to this point, now I'm going to give you the tea on why I've been away. At this point, this is where you now grab that popcorn. Now I didn't tell you to grab popcorn in the beginning. Grab popcorn now. I'm joking, you guys. Nothing really serious. It's just been school. Your girl has been in school. I've been in college. I've been trying to balance college, and then your girl got COVID. So the whole psychological trauma of having COVID, I had to stay out of school. I had to just get my life back together after COVID. I had to now catch up on school, which I'm still catching up now, and the semester is almost ending. So I have been way too busy to literally be on YouTube. That's just the basic explanation. I've been too busy to be on YouTube. But I missed you guys, and I am so grateful if you're here. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Share, comment, tell me what do you think. This video was requested, and I think the person's always reminding me, I don't remember your name right now, and I'm not even gonna try because I don't want to butcher it. I hope that I answered your questions. If you guys still have more questions, please leave it in the comment section and I'll be sure to reply, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. What you see, what you get from me, can't lie, no fakery.